Just because you fell off temporarily, you know, that does not automatically label you as a lazy individual, especially for someone who is normally productive or someone who's on a journey to becoming more productive. And, you know, I'm guilty of this myself. You know, I'm normally productive, but as of lately, I feel like I haven't, you know, really been on top of things as, you know, much as I normally am. I'm at a point where I'm just like, you know, enough is enough. You know, I do not get fulfillment from not being productive. And if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you feel the same exact way. And this video is going to be a reminder to both you and me to reshift our focus so that we can get back on top of things, because, you know, our reality is created by the decisions that we make and, you know, how we choose to spend our time. And I'm trying to, you know, work my way into a certain reality, so I must take the steps to do so. And if I am not being productive, how can I get there? And when I say like you're not on your shit, I'm referring to you know, resorting to comfort instead of doing the things that you know that you genuinely need to be doing. And I'm referring to you just getting too comfortable with being comfortable because of the fact that being productive is not that easy. It's really not. It's hard at times. You know, binging 4 hours of anime is a lot easier than, you know, spending 4 hours a day being productive. And, you know, you have to choose your hard. Would you much rather live a comfortable life, you know, in this current moment right now? Or would you rather give up that comfort right now to make life a lot easier in the future? You know, you have to choose your hard. And just because you fell off, you know, for the past few weeks, the past few months, does not mean that you stay off. No, you simply need to hold yourself accountable, you know, be aware that, you know, you're engaging in this comfort when in reality, you know, you need to be doing something else. Hold yourself accountable for that. You know, cut out all the BS excuses, because if you're choosing to engage in instant gratification instead of doing the things that you know you need to be doing, then there's no one to blame but you. And also you need to take into account that the longer that you resort to being comfortable, the harder it's going to be for you to get back to being productive. So you might as well just, you know, go all in right now and, you know, just go on ahead and do it. And also on top of that, you're going to regret, you know, the comfort that you chose to seek in the current moment later on. So you might as well do your future self a favor and, you know, get back to being productive, because that'll bring you a lot more fulfillment. And that's, you know, something that you'd actually be proud to look back on. And I'm just gonna get really vulnerable and use myself as an example, because I am someone who is normally productive, but as of lately, that's just not the case. I'm still productive, but I'd say I'm micro productive, you know. I find myself doing a lot more endless scrolling than I should. You know, I find myself waking up a lot later. In the gym, I'm doing sometimes 2 sets instead of 3, or I'm just not fully completing the workout. And I also noticed that, you know, when it comes to my schoolwork, I'm choosing to just not do it and, you know, resort to doing something more comforting like scrolling or relaxing. Like, and also I feel like that has to do with me now realizing that school is just a lot of BS, and I don't really need it. I just need to graduate, but that's just a whole separate topic for another video. I'm still gonna graduate, of course. I'm still gonna get good grades, only because I'm trying to seek certain opportunities. Other than that, I do not care about school. I don't. I really don't. But that's a little bit off topic. And those small little decisions that I chose to make, you know, those things really added up over time. You know, I was choosing to do those things instead of focusing on being productive. And, you know, that did really cause me to feel down, because I'm someone who gets fulfillment from being productive. I get dopamine from being productive, because for one, I know that I'm doing something good for myself. I know that I'm doing a deed to myself and to others when I choose to do things like this instead of just, you know, rot in bed all day. So yeah. So what exactly do, you know, when you fall off? Whether it be because you're depressed, you're just getting lazy, or I don't know, any other excuse you can think of. Well, I'm not saying depression is an excuse, but yeah. So what do you do when that happens? There's no secret formula, there's no pill you can take. All I can tell you is to hold yourself accountable. You're responsible for digging yourself out of that hole. Nobody is going to come and save you. You have to make a choice. Are you going to continue to engage in all this instant gratification, this fulfillment that you're going to receive right away? You know, you get a direct return on fulfillment. Or are you going to choose the delayed gratification, you know, putting in the work to get the result a little bit later? You have to make the decision. No one can make that for you. Yeah, you simply need to hold yourself accountable so that you can get back on your shit. And through this video, I'm also holding myself accountable. I can't just preach this and not practice this in my own life. So I'm holding myself accountable when I make this video. I'm currently editing and I just noticed that, you know, I failed to give you guys one of the most important pieces of information to take away from this video. Yes, holding yourself accountable is definitely important when you find yourself slacking, but with that accountability, you need direction. You need to know where you are going on this journey to become more productive, or just to get back on top of being productive. And when I say that, I mean, I believe that you should have a set routine, a set ritual that you do daily. You know, fill up your hours throughout the day and know exactly what you are doing daily. I know that a lot of people use the Google Calendar to plan out their days, and there's like a time block feature so you can, you know, plan out your day and, you know, fill up the time gaps. Me personally, I do not use that, but I would like to start using that, just because I feel like it would, you know, keep things a lot more organized. But currently I just have a set routine out in my notes and there are bullet points next to it. I don't necessarily look at it because I have an idea of what I need to be doing for whatever hour of the day, but I plan on switching my routine up. So yeah, you just want to have a set routine so that you don't find yourself being lost, because being productive, well, that isn't, you know, the difficult part, but it's just like, you know, what do I need to do to be productive? And this is gonna look a lot different for everybody. So yes, just find a set routine that works for you. You know, find a few hours out of the day to be productive. And I am not in any way, shape, or form telling you to be mean to yourself. You know, I'm simply telling you to hold yourself accountable. I'm telling you that you need to remind yourself that you need to get on your shit, you need to get shit done. Also, you need to remind yourself that constantly slacking and constantly, you know, doing the bare minimum is minimizing your progress and slowing your progress down. It's causing you to reach your goal a lot slower than it would have if you just go all in. And it's also just slowing down your process of evolution. You cannot evolve if you're not doing any sort of work. You're going to stay the same if you are not doing any kind of work to change. You know, just take this day by day and genuinely think these things to yourself. You know, some people suggest that you know, start off with small habits, you know, start off small, then work your way up to becoming more productive. But the type of person I am, I'd much rather just go all in, and I'm gonna suggest that to you guys as well. Because I know that if I don't go all in, I don't know, I'm just not really gonna do it, but that's just how I am personally. So I'm gonna suggest that to you guys as well. And some people say that you may experience burnout if you are to do something like that, but me personally, I don't know, it's just a lot more fulfilling for me when I just decide to go all in. And also, if you do feel like you are experiencing burnout, you know, I am not telling you to overwork yourself. I'm saying to just get into the habit of being really productive so that it naturally becomes a habit. And it's just something that you are now used to doing again, or you are used to doing. And me personally, I feel like having this mindset is going to do nothing but naturally make you want to be productive and focus on your evolution. Because you know that you're going to regret the comfort that you're experiencing in the current moment later on. You know, so I feel like having that mindset just automatically helps you focus on your evolution a lot better, and it just naturally makes you want to do that. It doesn't feel forced. So yes, if you're constantly applying the same patterns of action and behavior, your circumstances will not change. So yes, remember that if you don't get back on your shit, nothing will change. How you feel won't change. Your circumstances will not change, and you will just remain stagnant. And also, the biggest takeaway is to remember that the best way to bounce back is through accountability, because no one is going to come and save you from the demon of laziness but you. So you must hold yourself accountable. And hopefully you were able to take away something from this video, and this message was delivered to you at the right time.